Welcome, everyone, to this special edition of Trekking Across the Universe. We are starting our review show for Lower Deck Season 5. We are very excited to get this started. I don't know what else to say about it, except it is October 26, 2024, in most places that our hosts are from. Some are in the next day on Sunday the 27th. I'll start. Aaron, how are you doing? Speaking of the devil.
I'm doing really well. It's very sunny on the 27th, so y'all have a lot to look forward to. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, good. Commander Cooper. Okay.
Yes.
On the USS Tribble. I'm excited about that.
Yep. With an entire crew run by Tribbles. We stay away from a lot of
Vulcans. How do they
Vulcans.
do the controls? Or I don't even want to know. So, Hi, Beamer. How are you doing?
Doing great.
It's been a while since you've been on with us.
It has. Been I try to catch some of the stuff every now and then, but just busy and
life gets in the way. Huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that is the lovely part of that. And for those that are our sci-fi fans that are coming in, we're starting another review show tomorrow morning too. The original V from TV. And we're going to be starting with the original miniseries that was on in 1984, I believe.
83?
Is it 83? It was either 83 or 84.
Final Battle was 84.
Final Battle, okay. I've been looking at both things, so I've been getting confused about that. But going to Lower Decks, Season 5, Episode 1. Does anyone have highlights they would like to hone in on for that one, or that stood out to you, or you laughed so hard you couldn't watch the rest of the show or anything? Anybody? No?
I will say that switching it on, it felt kind of bittersweet about the fact that this is the last season of Lower Decks. I've really enjoyed Lower Decks. I think it's probably my favorite out of all the new shows. And yeah, it just felt a bit like, I don't know whether I want to watch this or maybe I should save it.
Did you turn it off? Did you turn it off because of that? Or did you go?
But in saying that though, when we got to episode 2, which was the Orion Shades of Green, I actually fell asleep in that. So
oh really?
Don't know what to say about that.
Well, no, we're here to say what we think, what we're watching. I mean, I watched episode 1 first, and I felt the same way you did, Aaron. I just went, oh, do I really want to do this? I mean, or do I want to save it? I was thinking the same thing. Then I said, no, we're doing a review show, so I don't have a choice. Certain people said we're going to do it, and so it's like, okay. So then I wrote here. So that's why you had to watch it.
I kind of felt the same way that both of you did. It's like, it's the final season. It's been so fun to watch the last 5 seasons. And going into episode 1, it almost felt like it was kind of saying goodbye of what these characters could become in the future with that mirror image. It was kind of like, okay, is this what we're going to see with them in the future? You know, for a lot of the characters. Not Mariner, though, but for a lot of the characters.
Yeah. But that was a little interesting how they did that, going through a wormhole, and
kind of basic.
Yeah. Everybody's been doing that recently.
Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly.
Trek. Yeah.
Especially Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Beamer, any thoughts or?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I totally understood the sort of regret behind it. Like, I'm talking to a couple of the other guys at work that said the same thing, and I was like, hey, did you start watching it yet? And like, yeah, but I felt sad because it was because of being the last season. I was a latecomer to all the current shows. I didn't watch any of them until last year.
Oh, really? Mm.
Yeah, I finally was like, all right, I need to watch some of these. And okay, yes, now I'm glad I finally did. And so I was excited, even though I know it's the last season. I was excited that this was coming back on. I was the one at work. I was like, hey, it's this week, kind of thing. You guys watching Thursday night, whatever. So, so I was excited to come back on, and just see what they do. Just because the same thing with the whole series in general. I love all the we love it so much we're gonna make fun of stuff that they do throughout everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Oh, what was anybody's favorite scene? Did you have a favorite scene in number 1, or was it, or the worst scene?
Oh, I actually liked it. The one where the two mariners get switched, and she's like, "So this is how it feels." Then she's down there, all bound in the shackles, and all of a sudden she remembers, "Oh yeah, if I just put in Captain Becky, and do the whole thing, it'll release me." And
Yeah.
and then with her swap being on board the actual Cerritos, she's like, Mommy, Mother, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. That was so pathetic, but it was good.
Yeah. I mean, it's that was very interesting how they did that, and I don't know. I felt, I don't know. Did you feel that it was rushed?
A little bit.
At the end
Yeah.
there, because
Yeah.
I kind of did. Yeah, I thought, okay, they built up to this, and then the switch, and then boom, 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 then it's over with.
I think the episode could have probably run maybe 6 or 7 more minutes longer, and it would have been more finished.
Yeah, I wonder if they edited it or if they were just trying to do the time constraints.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Do you have any idea what about that, Aaron? What are your thoughts on that? Or did you think it was just fine?
I feel like the Cerritos' story really didn't grab me. I just thought because it was a very sort of Star Trek-y trope, there wasn't really anything fresh to it. And I feel like one of my criticisms last season was that we keep falling into this trap of like showing the characters how they're supposed to be, or the characters complaining about how they're not ready to step up. And I just felt like that happened again in this story, which is weird because they've been promoted. But yeah, I to be honest found the Orion backstory, background exploration like more interesting for both of these episodes. I like seeing that world fleshed out because we haven't really seen it fleshed out outside of Lower Decks. So I think that was
True.
probably more interesting to me. And I love the bit with the blue Orions coming out from the original series, from the animated series. I just thought that was hilarious.
Yes, I didn't remember them, and so I was just like, what's this? And that was kind of a shock for me. I said, I don't remember the blue ones at all, so I don't know. One of those things, I guess. I just didn't remember. Old person's brain.
I still think it was a fun episode, though. Like I said, kind of giving homage to everything. And, Aaron, like you said, with the fact that you don't like tropes or whatever, I do not like tropes in regular type television. But I think Lower Decks has made its whole thing about tropes. So it's like you expect them. You want to see them. Okay, what are they going to do this time? What are they going to spin? So, yeah.
To that point, though, like Aaron was saying, the Orion side of it was a lot more interesting, because the Cerritos side of it felt almost like a trope for a trope. They did it just because, hey, let's focus over here, so we're just going to do this swap thing, and it's not really affecting anything really important. So
yeah, it was almost like a C story, not even a B story. It was
right.
It didn't change anything.
Or D. No, I can see that. I enjoyed the Orion one better also. Just the same thing as Aaron said. We really didn't have much in the original series or any of the other series. We've had more Orion content and learning about what they're like in Lower Decks. So more power to them. I mean, that has been fun. So, but I don't know.
I gotta say, one of my favorite things in this was alternative Mariner's riding crop that she just has for no reason.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that captain in, I think it's A Search of Spock, where he's just got a random like swagger stick for some.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we've done away with the whole military thing, but this guy just has his stick in his chair. So
I
yeah,
forgot about that. You're absolutely right.
Do you think that might have been brought into this because of that?
There's a good possibility.
Yeah, probably.
oh yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a reference. They reference things, everything from like the Star Trek magazine that Boimler has at the start to like an obscure riding crop from a movie. So yeah.
Yeah, well, they have to have some fun, I guess. They get bored, so they just hey, what can we do now?
Before we go too far along, I was just going to say that probably my favorite little clip, but right towards the end of when they're going back into their universe, and alternate Ransom tells Boimler he's got the bridge, and he does the reverse Riker off the chair.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Oh, I missed
laughed.
that.
I laughed when he did that.
That was probably my favorite scene. Just him copies there and he reverse Rikers off.
I missed that totally.
I thought with him also having a bit of that beard was kind of almost Racer-esque too. Yeah.
Yeah. Those in the chat room, we see you there. If you would like to chime in and say what was your favorite or least favorite clip, scene, whatever from the first episode, please let us know in the chat room. We will post it. So hopefully someone will say something, or if not, that's perfectly fine. But going on to things we wish maybe had been dealt with a little bit more, as I've already said mine, is I wish that last part would have been a little bit more meatier. But is there any other parts that anybody thought that they kind of skipped over too fast? Maybe they should have expanded? Or certain ones that you wish they'd had less of?
Well, it's like Aaron was saying, the fact that we're still Beckett complaining that she's now in leadership but hadn't done anything. She was barely getting new ensigns at the end of the episode. We're into the next season. You would have thought there would have been some time pass, and maybe she was already dealing with trainees or something. But it was kind of it almost felt like they just picked up the story right after the next day or some type of thing.
Well, they may have. I mean,
that's true.
They don't have to. Cartoons can do anything they want.
Exactly.
If we like it or not. Oh, I scared half the viewers away when I said for them to post.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I know, isn't that exciting? It's like, boy, I scared
Don't
people.
do that to our viewers.
Oh, I know, but it's like, what can you do? Trying to get the audience to interact with us, and I guess they didn't want to. But anyway, speaking of that, let's see. Thank you, Elizabeth, for posting a like. We appreciate that. And let's see. Is there anything else that we need to discuss on episode 1, or are we kind of done with that so we can talk about solar sails?
Well, were we going to grade these at all, or are we like...
I personally don't want to.
I don't either, so I was just asking just to make certain.
I really didn't want to, mainly because of what Aaron said, and and what I
exactly.
Like, I feel so sad. This is the last season. I just don't.
I know. How many of us are going to go back and rewatch this constantly for a while until we get it out of our system?
Yeah, and I only got to see it once, so I mean I like to see it at least twice before I come on a review show, but I just didn't have time. So I mean, that's one reason that I don't want to grade it, because I don't think I could grade it fairly, because I mean, I've realized I've missed some stuff.
Oh yeah.
So why go that? So anybody else want to bring up anything more of episode 1, or we get to talk about solar sails and maybe losing an entire Orion fortune?
And the
Actually,
baby on the way.
one thing that I thought was funny, this is just a nerdy thing, but like in the opening titles, when it says Star Trek Lower Decks, it does like the warp trail thing, like in season 5 of the Next Generation's opening titles. Just for no reason, they decided to change up how it looked, and they've done that for this season. And I just thought that was like a cute little.
Oh, I missed that too.
Touch.
Well, speaking of, I guess before we go to the next episode, just the opening sequence. There's the one part of the opening sequence where it's the big battle that keeps growing every season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I know what all the references were. Like, I was looking at them and I was like, okay, what do we got differently here this time around? That big hand that comes out and grabs the Borg cube, and then.
Well, it's from the original series. If you didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I figured. I just can't think of what it was.
Oh, that was Apollo's hand.
Yeah.
Is it Apollo's hand? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then there's the Tholian web as well. That's in it now.
That, because like I saw the stuff, but
And Vija.
I couldn't see what the references were. Couldn't figure out the references this time.
I
Well,
think
that
it's
means
so
they're
fun.
going way back. So.
Oh yeah. I think it's so fun though to go back through the beginning of the opening sequences and see, okay, what's new, and kind of, plot it out.
Yeah, I mean that's good. That's good. So episode 2 was called Shades of Green, and as it says, Tendi races to stop a conflict, while Boimler and Mariner race to stop capitalists. I just thought it was hysterical that they were there and they were taking all the precious jewels.
Oh, I know.
And then just confiscating everything. I mean, I just thought that was very strange. I don't know why, but I did.
I guess
Never seen that done before.
We never see how people like achieve their non-monetary, non-hunger civilization, and to see that actual step was good finally, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would have never thought they would have done that. That just did not even occur to me. I don't know why, but it didn't. And so I thought that was very, very surreal to me. I mean, that was wow.
I think it's funny that the queen of all of them decided, okay, I'm tired of these two factions, arguing. Whoever wins, you're going to get the losers, all the loser stuff. And at the end, when Tandy decides to make it even, she was like, oh, no, that can't happen. You guys can't make it an even race at the sales. You're all going to lose. And then, Tandy kind of came up with the idea because they were trying to, I cannot believe this, basically put all of that wealth and gold and jewels and everything else kind of, in the destroyer. She managed to save them. So she had some monetary gain back for the family.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. But the other thing is when both of those families' wealth went to the syndicate.
Yep, exactly.
It was like, okay.
I absolutely laughed hysterically, though, when they're in there and they get captured by the robots that are like the cleaning robots
The
and
gardener,
the gardener robot. Like, oh,
I forgot to water them.
That was the best line.
I have failed as a guard and a nerd.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a little strange. I mean, it really was. I mean, That was like, was it just me or did I miss a scene? Because there was I think it's when I had to watch it over 2 days. And I think when I came back on to stream it, I think it had missed a clip or two because I got very confused when that robot showed up with them. And I go, when did this happen? I think it got skipped.
It's when they were following the two that had started ripping off stuff to their supposed palace, where they were hiding the other two, where they'd captured the other two, and they come in to break in to rescue them. You know, and this could be the easiest rescue, you know, ever.
I had missed that, so that explains it because I got very confused, but I didn't go back because I was constrained for time. But yeah, I mean, so that explains. Now I understand because I was going like, I don't remember this at all. Where did this robot come in?
Yeah, when they first break through into the doors, there's two like cleaning robots. And
I never saw any of that.
Yeah, she fires her laser and breaks something up the stairs, and they go all up the stairs. And she makes the comment, "This is going to be the easiest rescue ever." And walks through the door, and she gets caught by the guard. So.
Yeah, no, I missed all that. So now I understand it. Thank you for explaining that whole scene to me. Now it all makes sense because I was so confused. I said, I don't have time to go back but anyway, that's my sad story.
That's why you keep me around as your secretary, Michael.
Yeah, but you keep quitting on me.
I know.
And I don't blame you, actually. I'm probably going to have iBeamer be my secretary now.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Yes, because, you know, as we've mentioned, I've been around for so many of these things.
I know. Don't need you to be. Just just need you to schedule everybody for me.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other story. Any other scenes? Well, I thought I could one. It's all on the Solar Sail. Seen Solar Sails a lot recently in shows. But
DS9 particularly.
Yeah. And it was very interesting, Tendi's solution to try to catch up with the other ship.
Mm-hmm.
When she saw what was it, the comet that came through.
Yeah.
And then she grabbed onto it or whatever shit. I mean, it was just like, okay, and boy, are they going fast. I didn't know this could go so fast. And then the ship is starting to fall apart.
You know, the thing that drove me crazy is earlier on when she's trying to make sure her sister's safe and, oh, here, drink this high protein, whatever, you know, and don't do this, you're going to get hurt. And her sister's like, what on earth, you know, is up with you? And then she tries this mutiny. And of course, all the rest of them already know that her sister's pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was her sister that was trying to keep it from her so she would go back to the Cerritos.
To Cerritos, back to Starfleet.
So, but I thought that was funny. All these things, and she's stumbling over, and you know,
everybody else knew but her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little funny. But, anybody else have anything to throw out there that they liked?
There's a bit where it cuts to like the outside of a museum and there are people lining up, and then one lady's like, we don't have to line up anymore, everything's free, and then they all run in together. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, but that's right. See, I missed that. See, I missed a lot of things that second episode, but it was good. It was good. I did enjoy it. I will say that. It still is bittersweet. This is the last season. I'm hoping a miracle will happen and some other network will pick it up or pick up a spinoff or something. Don't know, but can't ever tell. But maybe they'll have something with the USS Tribble. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be funny. That would be funny.
Then we can understand the Tribble's language if we,
It'll probably come in the next season of Prodigy.
Well, if you speak guinea pig, trust me, you can speak Tribble.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about another season of Prodigy, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just because
I
I
don't
know in the second season there was some triple activity there too. So
Well, there
Yeah,
was.
there was.
That was cool. I enjoyed Prodigy season 2, but we didn't review that one. It was like, but wish we had. But that's a
Yeah.
whole story. Anybody else think of any other fun things or not fun things that they enjoyed? Or we're gonna probably close it up pretty soon. It's gonna be a short one.
Yeah.
which is sad that it was 2 episodes and this is.
I
Yeah,
know,
I
but
know.
it really, it was like long storylines, and they're really, it was funny, but there wasn't really a lot of meat.
Right.
Yeah, there wasn't any depth to it, really. Yeah.
And I think that's probably one thing that I wish there had been.
Yeah.
But,
I was going to say, if we were ranking these, I would probably end up being the highest just because I was excited. Like I said, I'm not as worried about that being the last season. So that would rank my ranking higher. But we're not ranking them, so it doesn't matter.
no, it doesn't matter. At least not yet. Might rate the whole season at the end. In
There we
my
go.
That could
opinion.
be. Yeah.
Unless Roger makes a decision that he wants, but I personally do not. So
You know full well he's going to when he pops in next week. Start
I
rating him.
know. But this week we're not doing, and then we'll say, nope, we didn't do it. We gave it all a whatever.
We've already established precedents.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, he won't. Nah, he'll say, I don't care. Anyway.
Yep.
And last call for people in the chat room if they wanted to bring anything up.
We have quite a few in the chat room, actually.
I know, but they just don't want to talk, but that's fine. I understand that. But if there isn't anything else, those that are interested, we will be starting a program on the original V series tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time, and 3 p.m. in Serbia. We might actually have some people from Serbia joining us for that review show, which we're very excited about. So
Nice.
they're either going to join us coming up either tomorrow, or they're going to come in our next show for the V, which will be 2 weeks afterwards, because we're rotating with another show on Sunday mornings. So if that is it for everyone, I don't see anything in the chat room. Glad you all came, but sorry you didn't want to say anything and try to pick our brains at things that we forgot. But I'm hoping everybody has a great day, and we will see you next time. Everyone, take care. We'll see you next week for Lower Decks. Bye-bye.
Bye.